Welcome, friends, to our Tuesday's practice titled Yoga Moving Forward. Well, we are just entering the beginnings of the month of January, and we're going to be exploring that yin-yang theory. So just briefly, what is yin-yang? It's the balance of opposites. It's complementary to one another. So if you think about the circle, like that circle of yin and yang, it creates, or it has a section of light in it and a section of dark. And then within that circle on the halves, in the dark side, there's a seed of light. And in the light side, there's a seed of dark. So what we're going to be exploring in class today is everything has a seed of the opposite in it. So I have nicknamed this class Complementary Opposites. Okay, friends, welcome to class. I'm going to meet you on the mat. So let's start in a comfortable seat. I'm going to be sitting on a blanket, and feel free to sit on a chair or a couch if your body's not ready to come down to the floor yet. Okay, so first thing, start to lengthen up your spine, relax your shoulders, and then place one hand palm up by your navel and one hand palm down kind of near your heart. So it doesn't matter which direction, just find your natural, which one feels good on top, which one feels good on bottom. And then nice and easy, switch it. So circle them around. So top becomes bottom and bottom becomes top. Okay, just do that a couple of times. Okay, I notice when I'm concentrating, I start to hold my breath. So let's begin softening the breath, inhaling, exhaling. Right, and just notice the rhythm of the hands. Maybe it starts to pattern with your breath. Now let's start to add the neck so we can release some of the tension at the neck. Nice and easy, let the left ear go down towards the shoulder and then bring it back up. And do that a couple of times, just left ear only. All right, so that circle of opposites, top and bottom. Okay, return to the starting position. And then let's have the right ear down to the right shoulder. And so I notice this side's feels a little awkward to me. So stay in the opposite of inhaling, exhaling. Okay, let's release the movement and let's consider that moving as a yang practice. Slide the right heel in towards your groin and the left leg out. Okay, tune into the back of the knee on that left leg, and maybe you put a little bend in it if that makes the body feel more comfortable, as we're going to come into a hamstring stretch. Nice and easy, start to lean the body forward. Okay, so no forcing. So this idea of yielding and softening, that yin quality. Okay, now that we've set up the body, let's turn our attention to the breath. All right, Soft breath in, slow and low. Soft breath out. And just pay attention to the sensation as you're breathing in and breathing out. Okay, no need to force your way into a fold. Once again, return to that tall posture. And then switch legs. Okay, turn your attention to the back of the knee, and if the back of the knee feels like it's pulling at your low back, put a little bend in it, and then lean forward from there. Okay, once again, come back to the softness of your breath. As you inhale, expanding, and as you exhale, starting to contract your abdominals. Right, so even in the breath, it's that natural pairing of opposites. Inhale is an expansion. Exhale is a contraction. Okay, 2 or 3 more of those. Feel your breath. Okay, slowly release out. We're going to come straight down onto the back for a little bit of back care. Right, so maybe you have a little head support. As you come directly down onto your back, pull your knees into your chest. Okay, so pause here for a moment in stillness, right? Starting to imprint that yin is a stillness practice. And now add a little bit of rocking from side to side. Right, so that active or moving is that yang practice. And then that combination of both is moving in a relaxed way. Right, just creating a little ease as you care for your lower back. Okay, maybe you pull the knees out towards your armpits if that feels better to you. You might notice that it changes the sensation at the low back. Okay, so drop into stillness for a moment. And now we're going to add moving, but we're going to use our exhale to do it. So finding a comfortable shape wherever you are, take a breath into your body. And then exhale in 3 short bursts. So a little out, a little out, a little out, and then finish your exhale. Soft, natural breath in. 3 short births. Find your rhythm. Okay, release the breathing pattern. Let your heels come down. Slide your heels all the way out and feel the open space of the front body. Okay, just take a soft breath in. Feel your breath expand. Right, sense your abdominals contracting as you exhale. Right, being in your body, one more. Release the breathing practice, drag your heels in. So each class will have a little seed of back care. Okay, so place the heels of your palms right at your hip creases. And then try to rest your elbows down onto the earth. So the least amount of effort here. Take a soft breath into your body. Okay, now start to give it a little effort. Press your palms into your legs. Tuck your tailbone up towards the ceiling and breathe out while firming your abdominals. And then inhale, soften all that effort. Okay, explore that breathing, moving 2 more times. Right, you might start to begin noticing that core connection as you breathe, softening. Okay, let's continue on. Pull that right knee in towards your chest. Okay, so this is joint care. Pull the knee in and then start to slide the left leg out slowly. Okay, paying attention to the pelvis. So keeping the pelvis, I would say slightly posterior or your tailbone tipped up towards the ceiling. But as soon as you feel your tailbone come out of this stabilized position, put a little bend in that long leg. All right, so just give the hamstrings time to release a little bit. Okay, nice and easy. Take a full breath in. Exhale, pull that knee into your chest firmly. Complete the exhale and feel the contraction of your abdominals. Inhale, soften. So release the tension, soften the arms, the face. Okay, one more like that. Nice and easy. Let that heel come down. Open the body all the way up. Okay, notice how the sensation at the hip ebbs and flows and it changes. Right? Sometimes the sensation at the hip can be intense, and that would be more yang. And sometimes it has just a passive, easy feeling, and that would be more yin. Okay, let's start at the beginning. Pull both heels in, both knees into your chest. Let's come back to that 3-part exhale. So in your own time, go through 2 rounds. Easy in. And then once you've completed, pull the left knee into your chest, lower your right foot to the floor. Okay, go slow, start to slide that right foot out. Pay attention to the shape of your pelvis. And as soon as the pelvis shifts out of that neutral of where we started, you'll put the knee back into a bent position. So on this side of my body, when I extend my knee all the way out, at the very end, it's like my hamstrings are hanging in space. So I'm going to put a little bend on this side. Okay. Come back to the breath. 2 rounds. Easy in. Exhale, pull that knee into your chest. Firm your exhale. Feel your core muscles engage. One more. Okay, one more time. Open the body up into that lengthened mountain pose on your back. Turn your attention to the sensation at your hip on the left side and just take a breath. Right? Notice how the sensation ebbs and flows or transforms. That's another quality of that yin and yang. They transform each other. Okay, choose a side to roll onto and curl your body into a little ball. So this idea where you embrace all of yourself. And then slide the top hand behind your head. And if your shoulder doesn't like that, that's okay. You can place the hand down on the chest. So curl forward into a little ball and sense your body in a little ball. And then here's a somatic movement. Open the elbow and then twist open to a comfortable place. And then return. So what I like about the somatic movement is it has a seed of both, right? So the moving is that active piece, and that internal focus is that yin piece. So as you come through this next one, just sense the way your bones are aligning as you open. And then pause there. Take a breath into your body. Now let's add that side curl, right? So another one of those Tamasana somatic movements. Take a soft breath into your body. And as you exhale, lift that elbow towards your hip, right? It's a side curl. Feel the contraction at the sideways. Just notice how the head moves with your hand. And then inhale, lower it back down, open it back up. And then complete 2 more rounds. Right? Just sensing how your body is moving. Where is the sensation? What muscles are contracting? What muscles are lengthening? Okay, once again, roll to your back. Place the heel of your palms in that hip crease. This time as you inhale, add a little back arch. And as you exhale, press through your palms, firm your lower back, feel all of the air come up and out. Okay, sense the body's shape as you're breathing in. and breathing out. Okay, release those movements. Roll over onto the other side. My back is going to be to you for a moment. And curl yourself into a little seed. All right, this place of embracing all of you. Okay, and just make the shape that makes sense to you. And then when you're ready, take that top elbow and open the body up into a twist. All right, so it almost makes an arcing movement. Okay, and come back into curling. So this place of being able to titrate being closed and open. Okay, the next time you open, let's rest there for a moment. Okay, so not trying to force the shape, just feel the shape. Where do you feel it? Okay, take a soft breath in. Here's that side curl. As you exhale, draw that top elbow towards the hip. And then release all of that tension downward. Give yourself time to release all of it down into the earth. Okay, continue. And just moving in a gentle way, just creating a little core strength. And then once you finish, roll to your back. Let the hands drift down by your sides. Okay, just pause here. Sense your back body, right? Maybe the weight of your pelvis, the whole of your spine. Okay, now let's start to add a little more core strength and lower back mobility, but we're going to start slowly. So place your hands by your sides. Lift up your right knee. So lift up your right knee and your right foot. Okay, now slowly drop both knees in tandem over to the left. So go slow. All right, so go to a comfortable place. Start to feel your abdominals engage. And then roll them back. They don't have to come to the floor. If they do, that's okay. Mine do not on the first rounds. And come through that same movement 2 more times. All right, so feel the stability of the core muscles and the twist through the center of the body. And then when you come back into neutral, just feel the sensation change. Okay, one more. Okay, lower the foot down, lengthen it all the way out. Take a breath into that right hip. Okay, slide the left leg out. Now we're going to progress that movement. If you feel comfortable where you were before, you can stay there. If you'd like to try this, pull that right knee into the chest. Okay, nice and easy. Take that right knee over the midline. Let the toe move down towards the floor. It may touch, it may not. Okay, now slowly Roll your pelvis back into neutral. Place the foot down. Open up the hip. Take a breath. Okay, let's move that through that 2 more times. As you draw that right knee up towards your chest, notice what muscles start to engage. Roll your knee over the midline, touch your foot or not. Maybe you start to notice the shoulder lifting. Roll it back to the center and slide it back out. Okay, one more. Okay, rest here for a moment. And just notice the quality of your breath. The pace of your thoughts. Okay, back to the beginning. Pull both heels in. Start to lift the left knee up off the mat. Foot comes with it. Okay, nice and easy. Both knees track over to the right. Use your exhale to support the body. Inhale, roll it back into neutral. Okay, explore that 2 more times. When you're ready to release, let it come down to the earth and lengthen out. Take a moment to sense only that left side hip. And then slide the right leg out. Okay, option to go back to where we were before or pull that left knee in towards the chest. Okay, roll that knee over the midline. Maybe you touch the toe down. Just notice how your body organizes the shape and then release the pelvis back into neutral. Foot comes down, lengthen it out. So the combination of yin and yang. So we're moving, but we're moving slowly, paying attention to that inward sensation of what's happening in the body. Okay, so we're going to take stillness on the belly. Roll to your abdomen. I'm going to change directions. And find a comfortable Sphinx pose, right? So listening to your body. So a yang in this Sphinx pose would be firming the legs, lifting the chest, looking forward, right? So active. Or maybe you feel like you want to take it more yin, which is chest towards the floor, head relaxed, and legs relaxed. So choose this posture and allow it to suit you. What's going to soothe your person right now? Okay, and then let's add that breath element. Soft breath in. Soft breath out. One more. Okay, let's switch into a little bit of yang. Lifting up the body, shifting back. Take a little knee support with maybe a blanket. So from all fours, let's do the opposites of backward and forward. So when you're ready to exhale, shift your tailbone backward. So you move towards a child's pose. Just go to a place where your knees are comfortable. And then when you're ready to inhale, shift your body forward and firm your arms. Okay, exhale, shift back in a relaxed way. Inhale, shift forward, firm your arms. Breathe and move. Let's start to add on. As you exhale backward, curl your chin to your chest. So feel what's happening in the back body, particularly the lower back. And then inhale, shift your body forward and let the pelvis come a little bit more forward and downward. Exhale, curl back. So each time you bring the body forward, see if you can lower the pelvis, moving towards that upward dog shape, no forcing. Okay, we're going to take rest. Downward facing dog or child's pose. Excuse me. Just allow your body to soften. Just notice whatever shape you're in, the structure. Okay, let's release this shape and come to all fours. And then turn your attention to the knee on the right. Begin lifting the knee on the right and the foot on the right. So your attention is going to be on the right buttock. Nice and easy. Press the foot towards the ceiling, lifting and lowering only 3 times. Just stay in the sensation, noticing the knee lifting and lowering, gluteals contracting and releasing. And the next time you've come through that third one, press that foot to the wall behind you and come into that spinal balance variation. Firm your arms. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Release that knee down to the mat. Shift your weight back into child's pose. And then as you come into child's pose, walk your fingertips a little bit forward. Okay, so here's the first option. Child's pose to modified plank. Firm your arms. Second option, downward facing dog to your variation of plank. So one is a little more yin or close to the earth, and one is a little more yang, a little more lifted. So choose which one's going to suit you right now on the mat and wherever you are. Shift your weight backward, your tailbone backward, and then shift your tailbone forward. Firm your arms. One more. Let the knees join down, shift back, and take a little rest in child's pose for a moment. Just notice the breathing pattern. And see if you can allow the breath to smooth out and slow down. Okay, let's return to that all four shape. Turn your attention to your left knee. Start to lift the left knee up, left foot up. Okay, 3 to the ceiling. Press and lower. And so I notice I have one set of gluteals. It takes a little while for me to sense the activation or the contraction. Okay, when it feels complete, slide that foot directly to the wall behind you as if you were going to stand on that wall behind you with the bottom of your foot. Firm your leg. Okay, soft breath in through your nose. Soft breath out. All right, one more. And then lower the knee down, shift your weight back. And then turn your attention to moving forward and backward in the shapes that suit you. So maybe you do child's pose or downward facing dog. Just allow this to be the back shape. And when you're ready, shift forward. Firm your arms. And shift back. Okay, one more. Now we're going to move into the yin shapes. So shift your weight forward and then slide your left leg forward for a lunge pose. And this is where you have option to use the support from the floor or the blocks, or maybe you simply do it standing and use the support of the chair or the ottoman. Okay, so the yin is a deepening or a heavy, so allow the pelvis to go closer to the earth. And now take about 7 breathing cycles here. Just sense the body. Maybe allow the body to go a little heavy with gravity. Stay with this sensation. And then just notice how it changes and moves around. Just notice where there's any pulling or tightness or tugging. Okay, let's change the shape. Shift the tailbone backward, lengthen out that front leg, and find a hamstring stretch. And just allow the head to grow heavy. Maybe notice the mind is busy. Maybe notice the sensation moving. And just allow the connection to go a little deeper into that sensing layer. Okay, shift your weight forward, slide that leg back. Your variation of cat and cow, just take a couple of rounds, arching your back and flexing your back. Okay, release that yang movement, step that right leg forward for that lunge. Okay, take support. Allow the pelvis to come down towards the earth, softening the upper body, allowing the energy to move downward. And so you're opening up through the hip flexors to support that low back. Maybe the practice is just to notice where the mind is as we're coming into a stillness or a yin place. Okay, let's change the shape. Sending the tailbone backward, lengthening out the hamstrings through that front leg. So remember, not trying to force an opening here, but creating a shape to allow opening to appear. So wherever you are, just breathe softly. Okay, so we're going to come to a brief yang practice. As you shift your weight forward, slide your foot back, and then make your way to standing. So don't overthink it. Let the legs go a little bit wide. Let's use those opposites of up and down. When you feel ready, left arm reaches up, right arm reaches down. Stretch and reach in opposition. Okay, so there's a long reach up and down. Take a breath in. When you're ready to exhale, bring your palms together, put a little bend in your knees, and come into a stabilizing chair. Switch sides, start to reach your right arm, press your left arm. Feel the hands moving in opposition, long line. Exhale, come back to that stable center. Bend into the knees. Okay, move side to side a couple of times. What do you notice? Make any adjustments with the reach so that the shoulders are comfortable. All right, so maybe the reach is directly out to the side. If the shoulders are a little bit squeaky, okay, when you find your next reach, pause there for a moment, put a little bend in your knees, and place the hand on the top of your head, side bend. So side bend, lift the elbow up. Feel it fan open the rib cage. Take an easy breath in. And an easy breath out. Return back into that tall center shape. Release the top arm. Feel the shoulder relaxing back and down. Okay, reach the other arm up, other arm down. Expand. Now put a little bend in your knees, hand on the top of your head, side bend. Breathe. Come back through the center, palms together, dip down into a little chair. And then inhale into a tall standing place. Okay, let's progress this one on. Bend into the chair, send your tailbone back, and then allow your arms to touch down to the floor in a variation of forward fold. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, stair step that exhale for 3 on the way down. Inhale, expand halfway up. Stair step it for 3. Relax into the forward fold here for a moment. Sense your back body releasing. All right, the back of the legs, the buttock, lower back, upper back, head and neck. Put a little bend in the knees and return back into that tall place. Pause here for a moment. One more time. Bend knees, dip hips, swing the tailbone back, move into a forward fold. Right, palms together at the bottom. One round. Inhale, halfway up. Stair step it down. Release into the forward fold. And then slowly draw your tailbone down towards the earth. Right, some of you can move through that squatting position, or maybe you simply drop one knee down and then the other. We're going to take one balance close to the earth. Okay. Once you find yourself seated, let the knees drop out to the side, grab a hold of your legs above your ankles, and then walk your feet back towards your body. Start to lean back and lighten your toes a little bit. Right, so it is a bound angle balance. All right, some of you can grab a hold of the bottoms of your feet and come into more of a butterfly shape. Right, maybe you like that happy baby shape. So just let the angle that you choose be comfortable. Take a breath. Release your feet down onto the earth. Come straight down onto your back. Pull both knees into your chest. And then decide more yin or more yang. Right? Stillness or movement. Lower the left foot to the floor. And then the right foot towards the ceiling for a hamstring stretch. It's okay to put a little bend in your knee. Just allow your breath to soften and the body to come into stillness for a few breathing cycles. And release that foot down to the floor. Let both knees drift over to the left. And then relax into this twist for a few breaths. Just allow your breath to expand as you're inhaling. And your belly to contract as you're exhaling. Right, nourishing as you're breathing in. And releasing as you're breathing out. Roll the pelvis back into neutral. Left toe towards the ceiling, a little support with the back of your hands. And then allow the effort to release. So once you set the shape up, just encourage the effort to lessen. Just allowing the tension to release without forcing. And then let your breath be that moving energy. Right? Soft, low, and slow. And release the leg down to the earth. Let the knees drift over to the right for a twist. And just allow the breath to be full and slow. Okay, let the pelvis come back into neutral. And slide the legs to the bottom of the mat. Just allow your eyes to soften. Let's come back into those complementary opposites. All right, so begin to sense the top side of your body. And allow the front of the body to grow heavy. Melting into the back side of the body. Allow the back side of the body to melt into the mat. Notice your left leg and your right leg. And then let both legs together grow heavy. Notice your left arm and your right arm. And let both arms together grow heavy. Sense the bottoms of the feet pulsing and tingling. The palms of your hands pulsing and tingling. And sense the weight of your head. And all the sounds in the room. Just be curious of all the sound that's here now. Whole body releasing. Whole body relaxing. And then rest here in stillness for another minute or so. Okay, begin wiggling your fingers and toes. And then if you'd like to join me with closing class with 3 chants of Om, come to a tall seat. All right, this beautiful practice of yoga that allows us to achieve balance through dynamic opposites. So maybe you start to think about an intention that you'd like to take into your day. And then let's seal it up and close it up. Prepare. Om. 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 The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste.